Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Kiger, up here today with little pickups. I know I said there wouldn't be any more for a while, but I just decided to go in. I wanted to get out. I just traded in pretty much all of the accessories that I had left, so some spare controllers, accessories, light guns, that sort of thing. I took a majority of them and I threw in a couple of games as well just to make it worth a while. I got a £125 voucher and I got a decent amount of stuff here today. I got a Switch game, 2 PS3 games, 1 PS4, 5 DVD movies, 1 DVD box set, and then a bunch of Blu-rays and Blu-ray box sets. So I'm going to start off with the Switch game. First up, the wonderful 101 Remastered. I don't really have a lot of Switch games anymore, mainly because I don't really play it a lot. But I remember this was a Wii U game originally, and I remember hearing that it was a really good Wii U game. I think it was like kind of a mix between like Pikmin and like a strategy game. You know, you collect all these characters and it's like a strategy game, real-time strategy. It's kind of interesting, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if this had a PS4 release. I want to say that it did actually come out on the other systems as well, but I could be wrong. But I figured this game is perfect for the Switch. Looks like it'll be a fun Switch game, so definitely worth checking it out. And this one was £18. It was all trading credits. Some nice little artwork there. Then 2 PS3 games. First up was Leisure Suit Larry Box Office Bust. Yeah, this game is notorious amongst game collectors for being one of the worst games ever released. It was a terrible game. I remember having it on the Xbox. I don't think I ever played it. I remember it getting terrible reviews and being bombed. But it was £4 on the PS3, and I figured, you know what, I'll pick it up because it's not that easy to find anymore, especially on the PS3. I think it's the first time I've come across it on the PS3. It's not an expensive game for £4, but it's a little bit more uncommon. I'm going to check the going rates for it on eBay, but obviously I'm going to keep it in the collection. I'm going for a PS3 collection manual game, and it does have some interior artwork there. Of course, this game was more of a sort of third-person platforming adventure action game. It's made by Team 17, which is funny because they make the Worms games and they've made some excellent indie games. So, but I figured I'd pick it up because it's not that easy to find on the PlayStation. You know, it's the first time I've come across it, so it's an uncommon but fairly cheap game. And then the other one was Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Just a cheap Call of Duty game. Of course, Black Ops 2 was often considered to be the most popular of Call of Duty games, especially on the Xbox 360. Of course, it was one of the most requested backwards compatible games, and it happened. But again, I just picked it up for the campaign purposes. Again, don't really care about the multiplayer or the zombies, just for the campaign, you know, just some cheap entertainment. And plus I'm going for the set for the PS3, so I think I only need like a few more Call of Duty games now. I think I need Call of Duty 3, which they did have, but I was in two minds to get that or this one. Black Ops 3, and I think I also need, and that's all of them actually, I could be wrong. So yeah, happy with those two. Then for the PS4, Necromunda Hired Gun, part of the Warhammer 40k universe. I've heard this game, I don't know how good this game was in the reviews, but I remember seeing the trailer for it and thinking, oh, that looks awesome. It's a first-person shooter set in the Warhammer universe. I think you play as like a bounty hunter or something. It's not your traditional sort of Warhammer first-person shooter, and I do like the first-person shooters. You know, I remember playing Fire Warrior. But yeah, this one just looks like a lot of fun, lots of fast-paced action, endless weapon. You know, it just looks like a really fun game. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how good it is, but it was 25 quid, but I figured, you know what, I'll pick up a more expensive game to keep in the collection, because, you know, I can play it. If I don't like it, you know, I can probably get like 20, I can probably get my money back for this one on eBay for like 25 quid either way. So either way, not a bad little haul of games there. 4 more games. And then a bunch of DVDs. First up, Tom and Jerry, The Giant Adventure. Again, I already talked about these Tom and Jerry movies in my DVD collection. Again, because I love Tom and Jerry, you know, so trying to hunt down all of the movies and the Tom and Jerry collections. I'm not that bothered about like all the different volumes and stuff like that. But yeah, this one looked like pretty cool, and it came with a slip cover, which is nice. You know, you don't normally see Tom and Jerry's having slip covers. I'm just trying to make sure I don't ruin any of it. Why do they put these stickers on there? But yeah, looks like it's just going to be, I think it's sort of more Jack and the Beanstalk type thing there, £1.50. Then, also for £1.50, Tom and Jerry Paws for a Holiday. Yep, it's a movie, like a short movie. Wait. Ah, no. No, this isn't actually a movie. I thought this was a movie. It's not. It's oh, it's not. It does say Tom and Jerry movie. I don't know. It says on there episodes. I don't know. It's weird because it says Tom and Jerry movie, but it also says, I don't know. It's weird. I think it might just be some Tom and Jerry Christmas themed episodes. By the looks of it, it is, yeah. But again, you know, I do like having these Tom and Jerry things. You know, maybe I'll go for a full Tom and Jerry set that includes the different volumes and sets. But it's you know, some Tom and Jerry Christmas episodes there. Then I didn't even know they had this one, Tom and Jerry Back to Oz. I have the Wizard of Oz Tom and Jerry one, but I didn't know they did a sequel to it, Back to Oz. I don't know if it sort of follows more of the Return to Oz storyline or what. But again, you know, Tom and Jerry, gotta love Tom and Jerry. This one, 77 minutes. Does have some, that's pretty cool actually. It has some sing-alongs, but it also had the sepia tone version of the movie, so sort of done like in the sepia style, like the old Wizard of Oz movie was, you know, when it was in that sort of, not black and white, but that sort of yellowish, brownish sepia tone. That's kind of interesting. Then also for £1.50, sorry, that one was £2. Actually, I'll show the other kids one. Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey. I've got like a copy of the second one in the first case somehow, but every time I've gone to pick up the first one, they've never had it in stock. So luckily today they did. Love this movie. I'm not sure if this is on Disney Plus. It probably is, but I figured, you know, I'll have a physical copy of it because it's one of my all-time favourite Disney movies from childhood. So, you know, just something to watch one day. Love this movie. Really remember watching it. Then just one Asian extreme movie here, Lady Vengeance, from the director of Old Boy. Just looks like a crazy, over-the-top sort of, you know, woman vengeance movie, I guess. But, you know, Japan, and I'm not sure if what country this is from. Korean. It's a Korean movie, so just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. For £1.50, and then for £6, I've seen this in there for quite some time, and I've always passed up on it because it was only £6. But this was on my Amazon watch list, but I've heard that it's coming off Amazon next month, so I figured, you know what, I'll pick it up, and that is 30 Rock, the complete series. I think it's the complete series. It's weird because it says season 1 to 3 don't have subtitles, but 4 to 7 do. I hate when they do that with TV shows. If you're going to have a TV show, just have subtitles the entire way through. Either do or don't. So just another sort of comedy sitcom show, but it does have some special features as well on here, so that's pretty cool. You wouldn't get that in the thing, and it comes in the thing, but this is kind of interesting because it just comes out, it doesn't stick in. But so yeah, although it's in back to front, which kind of pisses me off, but never mind. At least I can check it out. And that's the thing with like Amazon and Netflix, and I've said this many times, you know, you can have I do prefer watching it on streaming services because it's easier for me. I don't have to keep changing it and all of that. But if you're watching a show and it gets taken off, you're kind of screwed basically. So, and then the rest of Blu-rays. First up, we have the Unborn for £2. This includes the extended and theatrical version. Just looks like another sort of horror movie. It's kind of creepy. Don't know how good it is, but it does have the extended cut on here. £2. Then for £3.50, the Skynet edition of Terminator 2. I sold my 4K version of Terminator 2 just because when I watched it, it wasn't working properly, and I don't know if it was just the Xbox that I watched it on back in the day, and the transfer wasn't great because it was transferred from the 3D version of the movie. It wasn't just the normal version updated. So you know what, I figured I'll get just this version. Plus it's one of my all-time favourite movies, so I don't mind having same versions of the same movie, different versions, but it has a ton of ones on here. The theatrical version, the special edition, and also the extended special edition, which you put in a code for, which is kind of interesting. And a ton of special features as well, which is awesome. So one of the all-time greatest movies. I think I've got all of the Terminators now on Blu-ray. I'm not sure if I had the first one. I need to double check that. Then for £4, WWE Crash and Burn, the ladder match volume 2. I already talked, because WWE have discontinued their physical media line now, so I figured that some of the WWE stuff might get a little bit more expensive over time, I think, amongst collectors. So I figured now's a good time to actually get some more wrestling stuff, and this is the first Blu-ray WWE I'll get. And I don't normally pick up like the pay-per-views just because they're on WWE Network. I don't really watch a lot of modern WWE. I do watch it every now and then on the network. But this just looks pretty cool. 8 hours worth of ladder matches. I love the ladder matches back in the day, so just some great matches on here. And over 70 minutes of exclusive Blu-ray content, which is pretty cool. So I'm happy with that one. My first WWE Blu-ray. Then we have Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe Origins movie. I remember I've seen the first G.I. Joe movie, and I remember it was okay. It was popcorn action, comic book style cinema, nothing special, but at the same time it was enjoyable. I don't know if I've seen Retaliation. I don't have a copy of it, but this is a newish release, and it's an origin movie, and I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's better than the other movies, and I actually like Snake Eyes as a character. I'm not really a big G.I. Joe fan. I've never really watched it, but I figured if I'm going to enjoy a G.I. Joe character, Snake Eyes is the one to watch. And I don't know if they're going to do the origin stories for the other characters. I don't know. Then we got 2 upgrades. First up, the Back to the Future Trilogy. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't actually watched any of the Back to the Future movies. I've seen parts of it, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but that's the problem when you have so many movies, and I'm more of a sort of obscure movie person, not necessarily mainstream stuff, and I know that's sometimes a bad thing, but this is the trilogy with all 3 movies. I know they've released multiple versions of this. I know there's a 4K version, but I figured it's an upgrade to the DVD version, so no slipcover or nothing, just the standard version. But I figured if I'm going to watch it, at least watch it in HD, right? £8. And then the other upgrade was the Rambo Ultimate Collection. I actually had the Rambo on DVD, and I already said this in my last video. I was going to upgrade it, so now I've got the upgraded version. But this actually includes Rambo 4 or Rambo, So which the one that I didn't have, so kind of get an upgrade there and a new movie. So yeah, pretty happy with this one. Opens up like this. I think it comes with some art cards. Let me just double check. I do like the design of it actually, kind of cool. And it folds out into 4 different pieces like that. And it, oh yeah, it does have some art cards in there as well, if I can get them out. Yeah, it has some little art cards as well. Kind of a cool one there. So yeah, happy with this one. It's an upgrade. So again, if I want to watch the Rambo, because I said I hadn't seen Rambo 3, so now I can check them all out in glorious HD. I think this has a 4K release, but I could be wrong. I don't know if this particular version has a 4K release. Or the what. And then last but not least, and that was £10. For £15 and £10, I picked up Game of Thrones seasons 1 to 5. I've been holding out on Game of Thrones. I've never watched Game of Thrones, and I'm late to the party. I always see these, you know, I figured, you know what, I'll pick them up. I think there's 7. I think there's 7 seasons. I could be wrong. It's either 7 or 8. And you know what, season 6 and 7, they're about the same price, 15-20 quid each. But these come with some special features and stuff like that. I've been holding out on it because I was originally going to get the 4K set, but at the same time, you know, it's like 100 and 200 quid. So yeah, they come in this like this, and I figured, you know what, I'm just never really going to get it, you know. I just don't think I'll ever get around to getting it. I know obviously 4K would be the best, but you know, I'm happy with that it on Blu-ray, because at least it's still HD. It's not your DVD version. So there's a season 1 to 4, and then season 5 here. But I figured, you know what, I'll pick them up. So at least I've got 5 seasons worth, so I can at least binge watch some of this, you know, and check it out, and then obviously get the other 2 seasons in the future. So at least I've got some Game of Thrones. Because as far as I know, Game of Thrones is only on Now TV, and I don't really want to buy Now TV just for Game of Thrones. You know, you probably could watch it all in 1 month if you really wanted to and save yourself some money. But you know what, I figured I'll have them, I can check them out, and then I could probably sell them for the same price that I paid for them. So it's not necessarily a bad trade-off. So that's what I picked up. Anyway, I'm gonna go and chill for a little bit, and then I'm gonna tidy up, have some dinner. I'm gonna play some more Far Cry tonight. I was gonna watch a movie, but I figured, you know what, I'll play some more Far Cry 6 tonight, and then tonight I'm watching some 2.5 Men. Tonight I'm going to continue watching that tonight. Tomorrow I've got to go shopping and stuff. Me and my partner are going to drop my son off at school, and we're going to go straight shopping. So yeah, I've been doing all sorts of things, you know, been playing some games, mainly Far Cry 6 I've been playing. I did start the Darkness one, and I can see why some people prefer the first one over the second one. But I actually think I prefer the second one, and now that I've played the first one, because I played the second one originally. And I'll do an in-depth video on that at some point anyway. I watched a couple of movies throughout the last few weeks. I've been watching some Laura and Hardy on the DVD set, and Laura and Hardy always puts a smile on my face. Just a lot of fun, just cheap, not cheap entertainment, but just fun entertainment. It doesn't have to be in your face raunchy comedy. It can just be classic comedy, and I love Laura and Hardy. You know, I watched some more Star Wars. I watched Return of the Jedi the other night in 4K, and it looks amazing in 4K. I'm gonna watch episode 7 on Sunday tomorrow, and I also watched a movie. I watched Meet Dave the other morning. That was a cheesy fun one. I remember watching it years ago, but I rewatched it, and I remember it still lived up to the, you know, that's what I like about Eddie Murphy. He's a great actor. He can do both family stuff and more adult themed stuff like Beverly Hills Cop and so forth. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today and tonight. What else have I watched? I watched some wrestling yesterday. I had a bit of a wrestling day yesterday. I watched some WWE, some Beyond Wrestling, some AEW. I'm going to get the All Out pay-per-view tomorrow from last 2020. I'm still quite far behind. I am up to date with what's happening in WWE and all of that sort of stuff and AEW, but I don't really watch WWE anymore. But with AEW, I keep up to date with the news and stuff, but I'm still far behind in watching it. Not necessarily a bad thing, because, you know, I've got Fight TV, and I know that we might be getting an AEW subscription service and all of that stuff. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna go and just profile these, go and have a quick coffee and chill for half an hour, tidy up, have my dinner, and then I'm gonna come up, play some Far Cry, and then chill, watch, and then tonight watch some 2.5 Men, because I'm going to be busy tomorrow out and about shopping and things. So, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Feel free to leave a like, and of course comment below, let me know anything here that was worth me picking up. I think my favorite pickup of the day, I don't know, I'm happy that I have got some upgrades and stuff. I think the one that I'm probably the best bargain of the day, in my opinion, was the 30 Rock Complete Series for £6. I don't know the going rate of this, but I can imagine it would be about £10 on eBay. So, but anyway, guys, as always, subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoying the family. I will do my final part of the DVD collection tomorrow if I get a chance. And as always, guys, have a nice day and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And as always, take care and bye-bye.